Tune into what's happening in your body, in your breath. I was just looking at Insight Timer. It was announced that it's the most used meditation app. I've been on it for a couple of years. And one of the practices that I put on there has been viewed 93,000 times, which is an incredible number. It's a quick 3-minute practice. In honor of that, we could start with that, and then we'll move right from there into the breathing. So it's such a simple practice. I learned it from my meditation teacher about 25 years ago. And all we do is bring our attention to our forehead and eyebrows. One of the things about tuning in is that often we're more focused on the thoughts in the mind. And then when we start to relax our body, we don't have very good access to it. So with this one, we start right with the thoughts. We start in that area where the thoughts show up, which is the forehead. So notice the muscles of your forehead and your eyebrows. And as we notice muscles, they generally will soften a little bit. And then bring to mind something that you're worried about. Just let that come into your awareness as well. And then keep your attention also focused on the muscles of your forehead and your eyebrows. Allow those muscles to soften, even as you are paying attention to whatever it is that you're worried about. The worries come in as images, words, memories. Even as you're paying attention to the worry, keep your mind focused on softening through your forehead and eyebrows. And if you lose track of the forehead and your eyebrows, just bring your attention back there as well. So that we're not focusing exclusively on what you're worried about. We're keeping those both in our awareness: the forehead, the eyebrows, and the worry. Keep coming back to the forehead and the eyebrows, even if your mind gets kind of absorbed in the worry. As soon as you notice that, bring it back. See if you can soften the muscles of your face, your forehead and eyebrows in particular. And then let go of that practice. Just notice again, not so much the worry, but just the forehead, the muscles. There's some small muscles, but there's a lot of them in the face. We use them for expressing ourselves. We often tighten up through the forehead when we're worried about something. Notice your eyes now as well, your forehead, your eyebrows, your eyes. Relax the corners of your eyes, the deep muscles of your eyes. Let your eyes rest. And then notice the flow of breath in your nostrils. There's that sensation of the air moving over the membranes inside the nose. Notice the coolness of your inhale. Your exhale is warmer and moister after it's been in the body. And notice the continuity of your breath. If you're holding your breath or if your breath is jerky at all, just with your attention on your breath in the nose, see if you could allow that to be a bit smoother. And as you're breathing out, let your whole body relax. Kind of soften your body into the support that you have through your seat, through your back. And we're going to put aside thoughts for a while as we focus on our body and on the breath. So, having a focus like this helps the mind to settle. But also, if we're anxious about something, the mind is probably going to continue to go back to that at least some of the time. Every time you notice that, it's an opportunity to practice patience and kindness. Bring your attention back very kindly. Notice the whole of your face, the forehead and eyebrows, through the eyes and the nose, through your cheeks and your chin, corners of your mouth. Notice under your chin and the neck, the throat. And then bring your attention inside your mouth. Notice your tongue, your teeth. If you're clenching your teeth, put a bit of space between your upper jaw and lower jaw. Relax the hinges of your jaw, the root of your tongue, your vocal cords. And notice the sensation of the air as it's moving through the back of your throat. You can't really feel that as we're breathing out because it's the same temperature as our throat, as the inside of our mouth. But you might be able to feel it as you're breathing in. And then let your shoulders soften, the sides of your shoulders, the sides of your neck, the back of your shoulders, and the back of your neck. Bring your attention into your right shoulder and your right arm, the back of the shoulder blade, and the left shoulder blade, the left arm. And as you're breathing out for several out breaths, imagine that any tension out of your neck and shoulders is draining out through your arms, down through your hands and fingers, and out through your fingertips. And then when you inhale, bring your attention back up to your neck and shoulders. Exhale, let it release again. Let it get softer with each out breath. Let your shoulders and arms really settle and be supported. Let all remaining tension drain out through your arms and hands, fingers, and fingertips. And then bring your attention into the back of your neck again, your shoulders, the large muscles of your upper back. Bring your attention down into your lower rib cage at the back and notice as you're breathing if there's any movement there. You could even exaggerate your in breath a few times. Take a deep in breath and see what that feels like in your lower ribs at the back. And at the sides, the ribs have these little intercostal muscles that can stretch a little bit more if we practice breathing deeply. And then let your breath come back to whatever rhythm or pattern it's in. Bring your attention around to the front of your chest now. Come back up to the face. Notice what's happening through your forehead and eyebrows, down through your chin, your neck, collarbones, and then back to the chest, those large muscles that cover the chest in the front, down to the lower ribs. And then settle your attention on your stomach area. Notice what that feels like as you breathe. There's that lengthening of the muscles as the stomach rises or expands on the in breath. And then everything settles on the out breath. The stomach settles back towards the spine, the diaphragm comes back up, leaving a bit more room for the stomach. And notice the rhythm, the pace of your breath, if it's smooth or if there's some kind of tightness in it. And then bring your attention down through your feet so that we can include the whole of our body, the whole of your back body, the sides, the front, the soles of your feet, the tips of your toes. For a moment, expand your awareness to include the whole of your body and the movement that your body is making as you breathe. And let your body be supported by the chair, the floor, so that you can let go of any tension in your body. You don't need to hold yourself rigidly right now. We're doing a relaxation. Let your forehead soften, your jaw and your mouth, neck and shoulders, arms and legs. And then bring your attention back to your stomach area. We're going to work with the breath now. So, the first quality is to work with evenness of the breath. Is it about the same length as you're breathing out and in? Working with the breath, we always want to remain in that easy place with the breath. We're not working exactly, we're bringing our attention to it. So, notice how long it is it takes you to breathe in. Might be 2 or 3 seconds, a bit longer. And then match your out breath to that. So if you're breathing in to a count of 3, 2, 3, and breathe out to the same. We need the out breath and the in breath. So we're giving them equal time for a while. Really focusing on the breath helps our mind to stabilize too. If you find that your mind is off on other concerns, every time you notice that, just bring yourself back. And then begin to notice if there are any pauses or breaks in the breath. So as you're finishing your exhale, you're finished breathing out. Notice if you move right away into the inhale. So there's kind of a transition point in the breath, a turnaround. But for a while, we're going to just eliminate all the pauses in the breath. As you finish breathing out, let yourself come right into the inhale, but in the in breath. And then as soon as you finish breathing in, let the breath go. We don't need to hold on to the in breath. All of your attention focused on this rhythm of the breath, exhaling. And then when you're finished exhaling, the stomach is soft. And breathe in, let yourself take in the in breath. And when you have the right amount of in breath, And let the breath go again. Just really settle your attention on that rhythm, on that flow. And then, if you like, you could continue with the even breath. If you wanted to work with the 2-to-1 breathing for a while, we'll do that. So, if you want to keep working with the in breath and out breath being the same, just kind of ignore what I'm saying. Otherwise, with anxiety, especially, it can be very helpful to have a longer out breath. It helps to calm the parasympathetic nervous system, relaxation response. So ideally, in order to activate our relaxation response, we need to be breathing out for about 6 seconds. So see if you can let your out breath get long enough. It can be up to twice as long as your in breath. So you could be breathing in to count of 3 and then breathing out to 4 or 5, up to 6 or longer if that's easy. So again, keep your mind really focused on this rhythm and the pattern of your breath, on the softening of your belly as you breathe out. And we're not squeezing through the muscles of the stomach to breathe out longer. It's more just of a letting it continue. And then before there's any anxiety about the in breath, just breathe in. And then right away into that letting go. Letting go of the breath, letting go of tightness or tension, letting go of worry. Keep your mind focused. This is a break from what normally goes on in the mind, a chance to rest. And if the mind has got a lot of compulsion in it right now, you might want to give it more to do. Really track the turnaround, for instance, when you're finished breathing out. What does that really feel like? And then watch as your body makes that transition into the in breath. And suddenly the muscles that were softening are now lengthening. You could put your attention on allowing that, allowing the lengthening without any resistance at all. Noticing how the stomach expands. And then it's enough. We have enough in breath and it's time to let it go. You could experiment with some more full breaths if you notice your breath is kind of tight or shallow. Keep all of your attention focused on this easy rhythm of the breath. And then let your breath come back to an even pattern again. A 2-to-1 breathing, the extended exhalation on the breath, is very helpful for anxiety or when we need to calm and really deeply rest. And as we move about in the world, it's best to have an even length of breath. Exhale and inhale about the same length and continuous and smooth. And let your breath come back to that even length again. And this is the natural breathing pattern in the body. It's diaphragmatic, it's through the nose, it's even and continuous and smooth. So it can be very settling for the body. It's healthy for the heart muscle. It helps us to relax. And the only reason that we have interruptions in the breath is because of anxiety or stress. Something's gotten tight and we're holding our breath, or we're reluctant to breathe in, maybe. It happens sometimes with depression that we hold our breath at the end. With anxiety, it's more likely we'll hold the breath after we breathe in. So, getting to know your breath patterns is very, very helpful. And just to work with them in this easy way. There's no need for stressing about the breath. Notice your whole body again, what it feels like in your body now. And then when you're ready, open your eyes